Hey everyone, it's Isabel with your full moon reading for this month. Today is Thursday, 4th of June 2020, and tomorrow is the 5th. And then we will have the full moon in Sagittarius, which is also a lunar eclipse. From what I understand, as eclipses go, it is not all that strong, but it is still an eclipse on the full moon, which means a diminishing of light. And from what I understand, it is getting a bit complicated because there is a square with Mars and Neptune, and we also have Venus combust in the heart of the Sun. So that means that Venus is not visible, but right now she is gathering a lot of solar energy for when she comes out after a few more days, a week or so, and then she will come out as the morning star. So there are a lot of different energies at play, and I have to say once again, I am not by no means an expert on that at all. I will leave a link in the description to one of my favorite astrologers, so who always has a very succinct reading of the lunations. I'm sorry that the camera is a bit wobbly. I'm sitting at a different table this time. I decided that I wanted to sit, where I always sit when I do my live, just on the floor, at the wrong end of the house, as far as the noise is concerned, because the traffic is right outside. What I want to do today, I want to do things a bit differently. I have laid a spread with the charms, and you can see a picture of that in the thumbnail, but I'm just going to talk you through it. And then I want to do, for the energies in general, and then I want to do a pick a deck reading with you. Okay, so then I will hold up 3 decks that you can pick from, and then I will do messages with each deck, so that you can pick the one that speaks to you the most beforehand, obviously. And I will leave timestamps, and then you can look up your specific message. I thought, that would be a nice experiment for once. So the interesting thing about this charm cast, if you look at the picture in the thumbnail, I hope you've seen it, but it's not that important. The funny thing is that the first thing to come out was the bow and arrow, and of course it is it is the full moon in Sagittarius, and it is lying at the bottom of the board and pointing straight to, you're going to laugh, the charms of the twins of Gemini. And the Gemini is lying upside down, and with a world. So that is quite funny, of course, because the sun is opposite the moon when it is the full moon, and the sun is in Gemini right now, accompanied by Venus, like I just said. And what is coming between them is, of course, the shadow of the world. So that is very interesting. That is like the the eclipse in a nutshell, because we also have the moon charm lying right next to the bow and arrow, with Aries, the ram, who is there to signify, I think, that what Sagittarius wants is to move forward, with great strides, and to and is always a symbol or a strengthening of idealism, and wants things to be resolved all at once. Okay, and the funny thing is, of course, that as far as the charms are concerned, the moon is much like the moon in the tarot, like things as they appear on the surface, but a lot more is going on. And so interestingly, in the in the position where in the east, you could say, in the position where Mars would be, with Neptune in Pisces at the moment, making a square to this axis between Sagittarius and the Sun. There we have symbols for Mars and both for Neptune, because Mars and Neptune are quite close together in this configuration. It's very, very interesting to me, because I have the Mask of Medusa with the cloud and the book, and so the Mask of Medusa signifies anger, a lot of anger and aggression, anger bursting out, right? And righteous anger, as far as I'm concerned. Medusa in my oracle means a righteous anger on the whole, with the cloud and the book. So to me that means that a lot of things are coming to light, and at the same time we also have the thing with Neptune with me, which still means that we don't have all the facts yet. There are still hidden factors, and this is what makes it all a bit complicated. And the interesting thing is that I also have the Hanged One and the Mermaid lying hollow and falling down. So that means that there seems to be this enormous tension between this urge to go forth and be angry, and the call for surrender, and to first assess what we need to let go of, right, in our personal lives at the very least. So yeah, I find it interesting, because when I look at the world and Gemini walking away in by themselves, that means that things are still, not everything can be taken at face value as far as these charms are concerned. And from this spread, it seems that there is a warning about being hasty, and really take that as it applies. Okay, there is this urge forward, and yet there is this message to wait, to see that everything that is happening now is part of a process, that is going to take more time, that is going to take a longer time, because there is also the camel, which means a journey, a new journey, and there is the coin, which means change or a chance, and it is which to me is more or less parallel with the wheel, right? The wheel of fortune, and it is rolling down. So there is this urge forward, but the movement that we are seeing now isn't really going all that well. Okay, and so the advice from what I have here in general is like, make it your priority to surrender, and see this as everything that is going on, in the world, but also in your personal life, as part of a process. And yeah, there are things being revealed now, because the cloud is falling down. Like I said, the cloud is falling down. We have the book. We also have the hand of cards. So that means people are showing their true colors, are showing their true nature. But this also is something that will take time to process, even when that happens. I mean, every lunation, every full moon at least, brings an illumination of sorts, and this one will be quite explosive. And that is the word that I keep getting also with those charms here. And yet it is so important not to act on impulses, and not to just presume that you know everything and that you know exactly what to do, which is of course the shadow side, the weaker side of Sagittarius, right? I also have the butterfly, which is stands for transformation, change, metamorphosis, and it is lying upside down. So yeah, that it seems that a lot is changing, but in a chaotic and risky manner. And therefore I think that the Hanged Man and the Mermaid going down, and it is so interesting because in my personal spreads also, I mean, my morning oracles yesterday and today gave me the Hanged Man twice, so that is four times that I got the Hanged Man as an advice to me personally, like everything is being upside down and surrender to that. Okay, so that seems to be the general picture. And if you do not need a personal oracle, then you can, you know, quit now. But I would like it if you were to stick around, because I'm going to show you the decks that I'm going to use for your personal oracles. Number one, the Minchiate Etruria Tarot. So look at it. See if you can get a feel for this deck. Okay, that's one. Second one is the Moon Oracle. And the third deck is my own Lazy Witches Oracle, which is playing cards with my own meanings on them. So take your pick. I am going to pause the recording and then I'm going to start with the first oracle. So I hope that this general part has been helpful for you so far, and let's continue with message number one. Okay, so I have laid the spread for the Minchiate people. The interesting thing about this one, though, is that it is very much in keeping with what I just said in the general reading about what is playing out with this full moon, and yet it seems very applicable on a personal level as well. Okay, because the first two that came out in the card are the element of fire and charity, carità, or as I know her, the flamethrower. And yeah, you see here the beast that is burning in the fire like a sacrifice. I often see this card when someone is sacrificing themselves, and when followed with her, I'm thinking this is about a person who is being fed up with burning in the fire, a person who is being fed up with being sacrificed or sacrificing themselves. So you could say that they are jumping out of the fire, as we also will see in the spread, because the central card is this, the House of the Devil. Yeah, so this is someone definitely escaping from the flames, and this is because they have had a moment of truth, a moment of clarity. So please take this as it applies in your own life. To me, it seems like it is a very specific reading about a relationship for someone. But it could, please do take it as it applies and as it resonates with you, okay? Because like I was going to say, this person has had a moment of truth, a moment of clarity, and has recognized that another person, or you know, a factor in their life is not good for them, okay? That they have been literally living in the house of the devil, have been living with the devil, and are running away after this moment of clarity, and that's good. On the other hand, what she is running towards, and when I say she, I mean, you know, the female figure in the card, but it is obviously someone of any gender, okay? They are running towards the scorpion. So it seems that, and you can also see, you know, that she is not really looking where she's going, and it seems that this person is running straight into trouble of a different nature. And I wanted to clarify what the scorpion means, because the scorpion means hidden factors, things not being as they seem, the venom being in the tail, etc., etc. And here we have the Fantino, the Page of Swords, who is hiding something behind their shield, literally, right? And yeah, what they are seeing is this same person who comes running towards them, being completely naive, basically. And so, however this applies to you in your life, be very careful, okay? If there is something that you need to separate yourself from, if there is something that no longer serves you, and this all looks very dramatic, right, with all the fire and the devil and everything, but it might just be something that no longer works for you and that is draining your energy, okay? But do not think that the next thing to come along is absolutely the right thing for you, okay? Because it seems that everything there is not as you would think at first sight, okay? Not everything is as clear cut, and not everything that seems good for you is good for you. So it seems that you are being asked to process the lessons learned from this one. Interestingly, I wanted, I drew some extra cards, and there we have the Sagittarius, the Sun, and the Moon. So that is very much points very much that this could well be about something that is going to happen very shortly. All right, something at least that is being set in motion at this full moon. Okay, and again it points to someone who is hasty, who goes galloping off to the next thing, and it all is fine and dandy until you look below the surface. Okay, so this is a warning of sorts to apply the same insight and apply these same instincts that saved you or that brought you the revelation, that is, now informing your actions, and apply it to the next situation that you encounter, okay? Because you do not have all the information just yet, okay? So I hope that this helps you, and please let me know if this is something that speaks to you. If so, please do subscribe and like and share this video, and I will see you next time. Thank you for letting me do this for you. Bye bye. Okay, so for those of you that chose number 2, the Moon Oracle, I have laid your spread, and yeah, well, interesting because I have coming out first the Confession with the Fountain and the Rebel. So it seems that someone is coming to you or has come to you, pouring their heart out and telling you something that changes your outlook on something completely, okay? And yeah, given the central card, which is the Bouquet, this might well be about a relationship or a situation that you are close to, at any rate. And so the thing is, though, I don't think that the news is all that happy, because it looks like, we have the Sleeper with the Bouquet and the Prisoner. So it seems that the thing that is being revealed to you is that within this situation that you thought was happy enough. It could be a relationship, it can also be about work, or please take it as it resonates and how it applies in your personal life. But it looks like someone is trying to warn you, is telling you about their experience with this person or this company or whatever, and it changes everything. It changes your whole perspective on this, and you understand that you have been sleeping on something. Okay, that you have had your eyes closed and have been too trusting, because now it seems that whatever circumstance this is not as ideal for you at all. Okay, and suddenly you feel that this is a situation that is limiting you. It could also be that it is about your beliefs about something. Okay, just your beliefs in general, that someone gives you a whole fresh perspective on whatever it is that you have taken for granted, emotionally or spiritually or philosophically. And yeah, it seems that and I say that because uh, this person telling you this might well be older and wiser, I think, but at least this represents wisdom coming into your life, wisdom and truth, um, and it is correcting your course. It is correcting your course. It is before you, yeah, it is correcting your course before you are making a mistake, or before you get in too deep, or whatever this is about. And so this is very interesting, that this is very much in keeping with the energies of the moon, that there is, yeah, some truth coming to light, and something being illuminated in your personal life. And I'm trying to see if I can get, kind of an extra card for you. Yeah. Oh, that is interesting. Okay, so what we get then is the sword, and that is definitely the sword of truth, and it is also a separation. So whatever is happening with this, it will cause you to put an end to something, or at least a drastic change. Okay, so that's an interesting one, and it doesn't mean that this is all going to happen all at once, but it seems to be that this is a process that is going to be set into motion quite soon. Okay, and that is definitely to do with the astrology at play. So I hope that this helps you, and if so, please do like and subscribe this video. Or do like this video, share it around, comment please, and do subscribe. I would really like you to stick around. And thank you so much for letting me do this for you, and hopefully until next time. Bye bye. So for those of you that chose the Lazy Witches Oracle, I have laid your spread, and there we go. Yeah, this also, because the other message is also, I am delivering a lot of warnings today, and I have the Ace of Spades in reverse, backstabbing, slander, and the Four of Diamonds in reverse, the horse bed, mixing business with pleasure. So that is definitely things being different than they seem. Okay, from the other cards that I am seeing here and that we'll be getting into, it seems to me that this is about a relationship that two people, I think, have both the people involved have very different impressions about. It seems that it could also be, by the way, that someone is spreading rumors about you. Maybe someone is spreading rumors about you, that you're sleeping around, or that you are only in it for the sex or something. But actually, I think it seems to me to be most likely that that it is actually quite specific. It might actually be about one of you. Because when I get two kings, then I do think that this is about a relationship in which the other person is a man, whether you are into men or into women, but the other person is definitely a man. And it seems that person that you or maybe someone close to you has a relationship with is actually in it for the sex, and wants to keep things or sees things much more superficially than you do. Whereas there might also be finances involved, by the way, with that Four of Diamonds, and we will have the Ten of Diamonds also, as we will see. I'm sorry, I'm going a bit rambling here because it is. I'm trying to tell the story from A to B. This person may have come into your life as a benefactor, as a helpful person who seemed to be, the right person. Who seem to arrive at the right time, and they have actually taught you things. Okay, you found this person helpful, maybe financially, but also emotionally. It is someone you could rely on and who taught you many things. And but on the other hand, when the Eight of Hearts is reversed, lessons learned, and it is then you are meant to understand that this is as much as you will learn from them. Okay, and there are harder lessons in store, because there we have the King of Spades, who is in reverse, and the words with that are definitely a foe. So this man is not really a friend, and he may well be in it for the money, or for something that he can gain, or for the pleasure of having a hold over you. Okay, and yeah, this is something that that might come to light at this time, because we have at the bottom, I have the Jack of Clubs, and that means a helpful message. Okay, or a helpful person, practical assistance. The Jack isn't necessarily a person. It could be a person. It might be someone who tells you something about this, who tells you the truth, and is also there to actually give you a hand. Yeah, because I think that this relationship, this might also have been in the recent past, by the way, but I think that this is a situation that is about to come to light, that you are going to get some healthy perspective on, because it does seem to me, with the Two of Hearts in reverse, unhealthy obsession, illusory romance, with the Seven of Spades in reverse, magic for good or ill, that it seems that this person is more interested in controlling you. Okay, in manipulating you and keeping you in a unhealthy situation. And I wanted some confirmation on that. And then I have the Black Joker, who makes all the cards worse, and he is in reverse, and that means that there is trickery and possibly even witchcraft. Okay, you can also take this magic and this witchcraft metaphorically, that this man has a lot of tricks to keep you obsessed with him as well. Okay, and but yeah, now I understand what this means, because he is all sweet and sweetness and smiles and helpful and pretending that he knows everything and knows everything better than you, but at the same time he is bragging about you, about calling you names to his friends. Okay, if you know what I mean. Okay, so that is not a healthy situation at all. And it seems that you are receiving this might well be this very message, okay, the helpful message, but it's also possible that there will be someone who delivers this message to you, and who comes to you and tells you what is really going on, and helps you to open your eyes on what is really going on with this. Okay, yeah. And now oh god, I want some confirmation. And there we have the Seven of Diamonds, and that means illusions of grandeur. Easy made is easy lost. okay? And so there is definitely, whatever this situation is, I do feel that it is about very specific love relationship. Not all is what it seems here, okay? And easy made is easy lost. That means that well, on the one hand, it means that his feelings really are not that deep, but also that yeah, it is all oh god, yeah, well, the advice is abandonment, flight, okay? And um, to see through this illusion, to see through this illusion, and to take steps accordingly, okay? And yeah, this is a difficult message, and the interesting thing is that it is not dissimilar to the other one. So it does seem that this moon has an overarching theme of seeing through certain illusions, and our eyes being opened on in many ways. Okay, so I hope that that this helps you and that this speaks to you. If so, I hope that you will subscribe to my channel and to share and like and comment on this video. Thank you for letting me do this for you, and I will see you next time, hopefully. Bye bye.